I will lift my voice because of who you. Lord, I worship you because. Come on, let me hear it. Oh, because of who you are, I give you glory. Because of who, Lord, I give you praise. Because of who, I will lift my voice. Lord, I worship you because of who you. Lord, I worship you because. Come on, one more time. Come on, because of who you are, say it. Come on, say it from the depths of your soul. Because of who. Lord, I give you praise because of who. I will lift my voice. Lord, I worship you because of who you. Lord, I worship you because. Come on, lift them hands to heaven. Jehovah Jireh, you're my provider. Jehovah Nissi, Lord, you reign in victory. Jehovah Shalom, you're my Prince of Peace. And I worship you because of who you. Come on, lift them hands to heaven. Jehovah Jireh, you're my provider. Jehovah Nissi, Lord, you reign in victory. Jehovah Shalom, you're my Prince of Peace. And I worship you because of who you. Lord, I worship you because. Come on, lift them hands. Oh, Jehovah Jireh, you're my provider. Jehovah Nissi, Lord, you reign in victory. Jehovah Shalom, you're my Prince of Peace. And I worship you because of who you. Lord, I worship you because of who you. Lord, I worship you because of who you. Lord, I worship you because. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. For they shall soon be cut down like the grass and wither as the green herb. Trust in the Lord and do good, so shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. Commit thy way unto the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. He shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday. This is our text. Verse 7, read it with me. Rest in the Lord, and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently on and for him. First up this morning, I want to talk from the text, resting patiently. Tell a neighbor, I'm resting patiently. You may be seated in the presence of the Lord. Resting patiently. Resting patiently. We dealt last week with trust, delight, and commit. Out of this 37th Psalm. And today, I wanted to conclude this piece with verse number 7 that tells us to rest in the Lord. And wait how? Patiently for him. Don't get anxious. Slow down. God knows what he's doing. He's got you on his mind. You're not getting left behind. What God has for you will come to you in his season and in his time. Tell a neighbor you can take it to the bank. Resting patiently. I've learned over my years of life and even years of walking with God that he does things according to his own time and his own season. And all we have to do is just go to the book of the wise man, the preacher. Ecclesiastes, he tells us, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose. Where? Under the heavens. So, the wise man lets us know that seasons and times are real. Not only are they real, but they are appointed. In other words, God orchestrates the seasons. Listen, I'm not a snow person. It ain't gonna ruin my day, but if I had to choose, I'm not looking for snow. But ain't no sense in me thinking that we're going to have a year without some snow. We might not have as much as we had before, or might not have it to a degree that we had it before or in times past, but there's seasons and times. And the seasons are what they are. In the summer, you're going to have a day where you can't hardly breathe. It's not going to be like that the whole season, but the summer season is going to bring some heat. And Lord, I just hate raking leaves. Ooh, Lord Jesus, well, you might as well get used to it. Because every year you're going to have to rake some leaves. Because a fall season is going to cause leaves to fall off the trees. It is the order of God. And you're going to have to rake them or be a little lazy and leave them there on the grass. And they say that's not good. Because when the snow now comes and the leaves are already covering the grass and the snow comes and covers now the leaves, which are covering the grass. Now the grass doesn't get oxygen. The grass is not able to breathe, and the grass needs to be able to breathe even in the... Or you're paying somebody to do it. And you're looking out there saying, thank God. Because I remember those days. At the end of the day, all of us live with respect to time and seasons. Sometimes things are going your way. And sometimes, things are really moving in your direction. And, man, I can't wait to wake up. And then there are some times when some other folk are catching hell to the extent or to the point until they don't even want to wake up in the morning. It would be fine with them if they just slept life away. So what I've appreciated over time is that God gives his children God gives his people grace to be able to ride the seasons that we find ourselves in. You are here today because you rode out some seasons. I would dare say if some of you got this mic and cut loose on a testimony, we would look at you with your Sunday go to meeting clothes on and with your look like $800 hat, rocking a $500 pen in the hat, and we would be like this. I can't believe he went through all that. I can't believe she dealt with all of that. If she hadn't opened her mouth and said it, I would have never known. But what a blessing that you could go to hell and come back and still give God praise like it never even mattered. So we have seasons and we have times. And one thing about seasons and time, it teaches us discipline. It teaches us endurance. It teaches us steadfastness. In other words, sometimes you're put in a position where you can't do anything but wait. Want to go, can't go. Anybody ever been stuck in traffic? You know where you're going. You know how to get there. You're excited about going to where you're going. But you're stuck in traffic and you're forced to just sit and wait. It doesn't matter how uneasy it feels. It doesn't matter how anxious you get. It doesn't matter how you talking within yourself or talking in the car. This don't make no sense. Blah, 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 blah. All that don't mean nothing. You still got to sit and you got to wait. I was riding with, when we went to the tribute they gave for Miss Franklin 2 Sundays ago, and we flew out of there, and a couple of my pastor's friends, his 2 sons, picked me up, got them some tickets, and they took me to the venue. My wife and daughter were already there with the Franklin family, and I said, man, the traffic is rolling pretty good. I said, yeah, Bishop, it's pretty good today. He said, because you know this traffic in L.A. can be, I said, man, let me tell you something. That traffic can be something else. Then I start calling out some other. I said, Atlanta, oh, my God, horrific. People in Atlanta keep a little pack in their car, cooler, for real. And they ain't going nowhere but to the airport. Pick up somebody. D.C., horrible. Orlando, horrible. Traffic in Dallas and Houston, oh, my God, horrible. And I said to them, that's why I ain't never leaving Detroit. I said 187 square miles, but I can get from the river to 8 Mile in 8 minutes. And if it's rush hour traffic, 20 minutes. I ain't never leaving it because I can't even imagine going to work every day and spending 3 hours or 2.5 hours in traffic. I couldn't even imagine looking back over my life over 30 years of work and saying, man, I done spent 2 years just sitting on the expressway frustrated. But at the end of the day, if that's your life, there ain't nothing you can do but to sit there and wait. And one of the hardest and most difficult things to do in life is to wait on trying to get where you're trying to go, or wait trying to receive what God has for you, or wait trying to accomplish what you know you have the abilities to accomplish. But then sometimes God just puts us in a waiting mode or in a holding pattern, and there's nothing that we can do about it. I've learned that God's manifested time, or God's season of manifestation, It's something that he has put in his plan. He has put in his control. And he determines that I control the seasons and the times, and I control what I have for you, destined for you, but you can't receive it until I speak manifestation. What does he say in Jeremiah 29:11? I know the thoughts that I have concerning you. Thoughts of good and not of evil, to bring you to an expected end, or to a good success. So God can be thinking about me even though he ain't going to speak it yet. And God can speak it even though he hasn't done it yet. Haven't you told somebody, I'm going to take care of you? You ain't say, we ain't just say, I'm going to take care of you. I got it covered. And they'll come back to you if you haven't moved on their time. Yeah, I thought you said you was going to take, dude, slow down. I got you covered. Relax. I'm going to take care. Yeah, man, but they telling me I got to have it by then. Are we there yet? Well, then, yeah, man, I feel better if I had it in my hands. Just slow down. Maybe it might be a piece of change. And maybe I know you. And if I give it to you, you're going to pinch off of it to do something that ain't for. When in your mind, I'm going to put it back because I ain't got to have it until. And y'all know how that works. Whenever you're going to put something back, it rarely gets put back. And just in case you don't know, when somebody need you to loan them $20 for a week, they lying. Have no intentions of giving it back to you. And then we'll look at you like you crazy. Because, hey, man, I thought you were going to, man, quit sweating me. It was only $20. When is my season? Well, I've learned, brothers and sisters, just like God told Jeremiah, before you were ever formed in your mother's womb, I had already known you. I had already spoke things. I had already declared things to be. I had already put things down inside of you. Before you were ever born into your mother's womb, before you ever created, formed in your mother's womb, I had already declared what you're going to be. And guess what? What I declared you're going to be, guess what? You're going to be that. You ain't got to worry about it. You ain't got to sweat it. If I've spoken it, if I've thought it, if I have decreed it, it's going to happen. It's going to come to pass. And what you need, I've already put in you. When I look at families, I'm not surprised that the Bernstein family, his two sons and daughter, are attorneys. It's all they've ever known.